My beloved child, a sharp breath is crossing your spirit right now because something in this message is already touching a hidden knowing inside you. And Archangel Michael wants you to understand this. The spiritual realm has shifted, and the title you just read is not a poetic line. It is an active declaration echoing from the heavens into your life in this very moment. I stand eternal, guarding you against all darkness. These words are not symbolic. They are literal. They are happening right now. And if you are hearing this, it means a divine spotlight has fallen upon you, marking your life, your home, your future with a seal of protection that darkness cannot cross without trembling. But listen carefully, because while Archangel Michael stands as your shield, there is something he urgently needs you to understand. Evil is preparing to strike with full measure, not to destroy you, but to test your foundation, your trust, your alignment, your spiritual readiness. This is why this message found you at this exact time, down to the very second. You didn't stumble on this. You were summoned. There is a stirring in the unseen world, a tightening, a clash, a trembling. Some of you have been feeling strange heaviness lately, sudden fatigue, unexpected irritation, whispers of fear, tension in your home, vivid dreams, unexplained spiritual pressure. These are not random. These are signals that Archangel Michael has been trying to show you. And today, he speaks not gently, but urgently. Evil will strike, and devils will strive with full measure, yet my protection remains. Listen to that carefully. His protection is not partial. His protection is not weak. His protection is not temporary. It remains. Even when you falter, even when you doubt, even when shadows attempt to whisper lies in your ear, even when people around you turn cold or confusing, Archangel Michael stands with a sword that does not break, a shield that does not crack, and a voice that darkness cannot silence. But here is the part many people refuse to understand, and this is where your destiny is being tested. Still, you must trust, act, and follow my guidance. He is telling you that protection is not passive. It is not automatic. It requires alignment. It requires listening. It requires choosing the light even when the night presses around you. You have been sensing something is off recently. Maybe in your relationships. Maybe in your finances. Maybe in the atmosphere of your home. Maybe in the way certain people have been behaving. You've been picking up subtle shifts, and Archangel Michael is showing you that these are not coincidences. They are movements of energy, signs of spiritual conflict around you. But remember this truth: where there is spiritual conflict, there is also a spiritual champion assigned to your name. And that champion is he, Michael, the Archangel, the protector of warriors, the guardian of souls, the one who stands at the gates of your destiny with a sword that glows like the sun piercing through storm clouds. He is confronting the forces sent to confuse you. He is confronting the spirits assigned to drain you. He is confronting the emotional storms that were designed to break your focus. He is confronting every hidden shadow that thinks you are alone. You are not alone. You are guided. You are shielded. You are fortified by divine command. But now comes the part you cannot ignore. Do not ignore this call. There are certain moments in your life when heaven stops whispering and begins declaring. This is one of them. This message is not a general reminder. It is not comfort for the masses. It is a summons. You are being called to open your spiritual eyes, to become aware of what moves around you, and to step boldly into the protection already surrounding you. Archangel Michael is positioning you for a breakthrough, but breakthroughs require attention. He is asking you to trust even when you cannot see, to act when your spirit nudges you, and to follow his promptings without hesitation. Because something is shifting, something is rising, something is about to break open, for you, not against you. There is a divine timing over your life right now. A moment where heaven is leaning closer, watching your response, watching your awareness, watching your willingness to step into spiritual authority. And as this message unfolds, piece by piece, you will begin to realize that what you are hearing is not just information, it is activation. The kind that awakens something powerful inside you. The kind that pulls you out of confusion, fear, and spiritual fog. The kind that positions you exactly where Archangel Michael wants you in this hour. Before this moment passes you by, hold on. Because the next unfolding revelation is the one that will make everything suddenly make sense. Type "I walk under his shield" in the comments if this is touching your spirit. Blessing code 009 is active over you right now. And before you move ahead, take a breath. The next revelation is about to open a deeper layer you were meant to hear. My radiant soul, there is a trembling in the unseen realms tonight, and if your heart feels slightly heavier or more alert than usual, it is because Archangel Michael is drawing you deeper into the message he began unveiling. You were not meant to hear only the opening call. You were meant to receive the continuation, the decoding, the truth that rests beneath the spiritual surface of your life. And now, as the veil thins just a little more, he speaks again with authority, clarity, and a protective fire that wraps around your spirit like a living shield. The moment Michael said, "I stand eternal, guarding you against all darkness," he was not just announcing protection. He was acknowledging a battle that has been circling your life for far longer than you realize. You have noticed the signs, even if you didn't fully understand them. A sudden shift in the atmosphere around you, emotional waves that appear without warning, the strange pauses in your progress, as if something invisible tries to delay you, the subtle draining of energy when you interact with certain people, the sense that something or someone is trying to pull you backward. These are shadows attempting to reach into your path, and yet, none of them have been able to claim you, because Michael has been standing guard. But now, he wants you to know the deeper truth. These attacks were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to distract you, to confuse you, to shake your confidence so you forget who stands beside you. But listen closely, you are entering a season where spiritual distraction cannot continue. The heavens are positioning you for something greater, and because of that, certain forces of confusion are being pushed to the surface. They are surfacing not to take you down, but to be exposed and removed through Archangel Michael's intervention. He is clearing the pathway in front of you, but he needs your awareness to rise with it. This is why he said, "Still, you must trust, act, and follow my guidance." Trust is not passive belief. It is the spiritual courage to stand firm when the atmosphere shifts. Acting is not rushing blindly. It is moving when your inner knowing nudges you forward. Following guidance is not guessing. It is listening for the subtle whispers, the intuitive pulls, the gentle warnings, and the internal yes or no that Michael places within you. You have already experienced moments where you felt a tug to avoid certain conversations, certain decisions, certain people. You have also felt sudden clarity that came out of nowhere, guiding you towards something that later turned out to be exactly right. These are not random coincidences. These are Michael's markers, small divine signals, protective instincts, spiritual alignment cues. And now the call grows stronger because the season around you is shifting faster. You may have sensed this change through unusual dreams, through moments of déjà vu, through emotional intensity that appears and disappears like waves. through the sudden desire to withdraw from chaos and noise, through unexpected awareness of your surroundings. Michael is not just guarding you, he is awakening you. He is activating the spiritual part of you that has been quietly growing without your full awareness. He is urging you to stand, not as a fearful soul, but as someone marked for divine protection and divine purpose. But here is something many people miss. Protection is strongest when awareness is awake. And awareness becomes powerful when you understand what you are being protected from. Evil does not always arrive with dramatic signs. Sometimes it comes quietly as doubt, distraction, sudden hesitation, or emotional turbulence. Sometimes it appears as negativity from others. Sometimes it emerges in the form of confusion right before you are about to make an important decision. And sometimes it comes as a silence that feels unnaturally heavy. Yet every time darkness moves, Michael meets it. Every time negativity approaches, he blocks it. Every time doubt tries to wrap itself around your mind, he pushes it away. Every time someone with harmful energy nears your path, he stands in front of you as a barrier. But now, he wants you to stand with him. This is where your trust matters. This is where your spiritual responsibility begins. Because when Michael says, "Do not ignore this call," he is telling you that divine timing is unfolding. What is coming is not danger, but exposure. A revelation that will show you who or what has been tugging at your energy. Something hidden is about to be revealed to you, and when it comes to light, it will make everything you've been sensing suddenly make sense. This next unveiling is important. It may come through intuition. It may come through a sudden conversation. It may come through a dream. It may come through a situation that I've expected exposes someone's intentions. Whatever form it takes, it will be clear, unmistakable, and divinely timed. And Michael assures you of this. You will not be unprotected. You will not be caught off guard. You will not be overpowered. You will see, you will understand, and you will rise stronger. Hold steady, because the energy around you is preparing to shift again, and what unfolds next will awaken a recognition in your spirit unlike anything you've felt before. Before you move forward, take a breath and let this truth settle. You are standing under a heavenly shield, and the next piece of your revelation is already on its way. Type "I trust the Archangel's call" in the comments if this message is reaching your inner knowing. Blessing code 144 is now unfolding around you. My chosen one, there is a stirring around your spirit today that feels different from the previous moments. It is heavier, sharper, almost electric, as if the atmosphere around you is expanding and tightening at the same time. This is not imagination. This is the moment Archangel Michael has been preparing you for. The deeper layer of this message is about to open, and if you feel your heart beating a little faster, or your mind becoming unusually alert, it is because your spirit already recognizes what is coming next. Michael is drawing you into the heart of the warning, the core of the call, the very center of the message hidden beneath the title, "I Stand Eternal," guarding you against all darkness. Evil will strike and devils will strive with full measure, yet my protection remains. These words were not meant to be poetic reassurance. They were meant to awaken the part of you that has been silently sensing something but could not articulate it. Right now, he wants you to understand why the shadows have been moving around your life, why certain people have shifted in their behavior, why certain situations have subtly become confusing, why your emotions have been rising like tides, strong, unpredictable, and unexplainable. These are not coincidences. These are the early tremors of spiritual pressure. And Michael has been stepping between you and the forces that hoped you would break under that pressure. Listen carefully. The darkness Michael is warning you about is not something coming from far away. It is something that hath been circling, watching, waiting for the right moment. But every time it tried to draw near, it was struck back by Michael's fire, his sword, his unshakable authority. You have been protected from strikes you never even saw. You have been covered in battles you never felt. You have been shielded in moments you thought were simply bad days, heavy moods, or emotional storms. But now, something is shifting. The enemy is frustrated. Because it could not break you, it now seeks another strategy, distraction and dissection. This is why Michael says you must trust, act, and follow his guidance. This is why he repeats, do not ignore this call, because what you do next spiritually will determine the alignment of the coming days. There is a moment approaching where something hidden will come into the light. Maybe a person's true intentions. Maybe a spiritual influence behind a situation. Maybe a lie that has been sitting in the atmosphere around you. Maybe an emotional weight that actually belongs to someone else. Michael is going to reveal this to you, not to frighten you, but to free you. But before that revelation appears, he wants you grounded. He wants your inner stability restored. He wants your discernment sharpened. He wants your spirit to rise above confusion. And that is why he brought you into this moment at this exact hour. Let your heart hear this. Michael does not speak warnings to the unchosen. He speaks them to the ones marked for elevation. He speaks them to the ones who are about to step into something bigger than they realize. He speaks them to souls whose futures threaten the plans of darkness. He speaks them to people who are spiritually valuable, spiritually bright, spiritually impactful. If you were insignificant, the enemy would not try this hard to cloud your path. If your future held no power, no potential, no divine purpose, there would be no pressure around you. The very reason you have felt heaviness is because heaven has placed weight on your destiny. Michael is not just guarding you. He is preparing you. He is aligning you. He is strengthening the pillars within your spirit. He is pushing away the shadows that tried to make you doubt yourself. He is breaking the atmosphere of confusion that tried to rest on your shoulders. And the next revelation he will bring will be the moment things finally click. You will suddenly understand why someone behaved the way they did. You will suddenly see the real reason behind a delay or disappointment. You will suddenly recognize the spiritual influence behind an emotional storm. You will suddenly feel clarity where confusion used to sit. And when that moment arrives, you will know without question that Archangel Michael has been standing beside you the entire time. Hold steady, because you are stepping toward the most important unveiling yet. And before you move to what comes next, take this reminder into your spirit. When heaven is preparing you for breakthrough, the atmosphere often feels heavier, not because you are losing, but because you are crossing into a higher realm of protection and awareness. This journey is unfolding. Stay present. Stay awakened. Stay aligned. Something crucial is about to be revealed, and it will shift the direction of your spiritual season. Now, before we continue, I want you to help lift this message into the world so more people can hear the call of Archangel Michael. Take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and share this message with someone who might need protection and clarity right now. Your interaction helps break spiritual silence for thousands of souls. Type "I follow the Archangel's guidance" in the comments if this message is resonating in your spirit. Blessing code 303 is now released over your life. As Michael prepares you for what is about to be exposed, hear this with your spirit. When you support this mission, you become a vessel that carries light into places where darkness has been whispering unchecked. Heaven uses your giving like a seed that breaks chains around others. Scripture says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it." And today that light flows through you. I feel led to say this to you directly. Your support activates a ripple in the spiritual realm far beyond what your eyes can see. Just as Michael stands guarding you, you can stand as a lantern for someone else's breakthrough. Your gift becomes a prophetic act, a declaration that you choose heaven's side in this battle. If the Spirit is stirring you, do not delay. Move now. Use Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and let your giving echo like a divine strike against the shadows. My awakened soul, as we step deeper into this unfolding message, the spiritual atmosphere intensifies. You may even feel it in your body, an unusual warmth in your chest, a sense of anticipation in your stomach, or a strange clarity settling into your mind. This is not accidental. This is your spirit aligning with the frequency of Archangel Michael's guidance. When he speaks, even silently, the inner world responds before the outer world catches up. And right now, he is calling you further into the revelation of what is moving around you. There is a reason the previous words stirred something inside you. There is a reason you felt pulled into this message as if it were written specifically for you. It was. Heaven often sends warnings wrapped in divine love, and this message carries both. Michael is not simply standing guard against darkness. He is preparing you to understand the shape of the darkness that has been trying to approach your world. You have felt it, haven't you? That subtle emotional pressure that rises without cause. The strange heaviness when you enter certain places. The tension that appears when certain people walk into your life. The sudden drop in your mood when something unseen shifts around you. The sense that something is there, yet hidden, watching, calculating, waiting. These sensations are not your imagination. They are your spirit sensing the edges of a spiritual disturbance. They are your intuition brushing up against energies that do not belong in your path. They are Michael's gentle alerts, preparing you for what must be seen clearly. He is unveiling something important. Darkness is often subtle before it is aggressive. It begins as confusion before it becomes conflict. It begins as emotional imbalance before it becomes spiritual interference. It begins as doubt before it becomes dissection. And this is why Michael's voice came so strongly. Evil will strike, and devils will strive with full measure. Not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Because the enemy has already tested the waters around you. It has already tried to slip into your atmosphere through small openings. A misunderstanding. A sudden argument. A wave of discouragement. A night of anxiety. A moment of weakness. These were not random. They were probes. Attempts to see how close darkness could get to your spirit without being detected. But it was detected by Michael. That is why you never fell into the pit the enemy prepared. That is why confusion never overwhelmed your clarity. That is why fear never swallowed you whole. Michael pushed back forces that hoped to drain you, distract you, and derail your spiritual progress. But here is the deeper truth. When the enemy fails to defeat you externally, it tries to influence you internally. This is why Michael is urging you to remain alert. This is why he says you must trust and act. This is why he repeats, "Do not ignore this call." Because something is growing near. Not to break you, but to reveal itself to you. You are about to see the real identity of something that has been operating in disguise. Maybe a person pretending to support you. Maybe a situation that seemed harmless. Maybe an emotional weight that belongs to someone else. Maybe a spiritual presence that has been hiding behind distraction. Michael is preparing you for clarity. Sharp, undeniable, transformative clarity. He is breaking the veil over your eyes so you can finally understand the root of what has been pulling at your spirit. He wants you to realize that you were never weak. You were never losing. You were never under threat. You were being tested, sharpened, and awakened. Every pressure you felt was a setup for revelation. Every heaviness was an invitation to awareness. Every moment of confusion was a doorway to divine truth. Every emotional storm was a sign that a spiritual truth was rising to the surface. And now, the truth is drawing closer. Not the truth the world shows you, but the truth the spiritual realm has been keeping concealed until the right moment. The moment is nearing. You are being positioned to see what many people around you will miss. You are being prepared to understand what others overlook. You are being trained to discern what others ignore. Michael is not just protecting you. He's elevating your spiritual sight. He's awakening the warrior within you. He is strengthening the part of you that will not bow to fear. He is refining your inner vision so you can walk through life with understanding instead of confusion. Listen to his whisper now. Stand with me. This is not a command of force. It is an invitation to alignment. Because when you stand with Michael, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, darkness loses its strategy. The enemy cannot deceive someone who is spiritually alert. The enemy cannot mislead someone whose eyes have been opened. The enemy cannot shake someone whose foundation rests in divine protection. What comes next in this unfolding journey will show you why the enemy tried so hard to cloud your perception. Because the moment you see the truth, the enemy loses its access. And Michael is ready to lead you directly into that moment. Before you move ahead, pause for a breath. Let this settle. Let your spirit absorb it. Let your awareness rise. You are standing at the threshold of revelation, and the next step will illuminate what has been hidden in the shadows. Type "I stand with Michael" in the comments if your spirit is awakening to this truth. Blessing code 555 is released upon your path. Hold on, because the next unfolding layer will bring you even closer to the heart of this divine message. My vigilant soul, as we move deeper into this divine unfolding, I want you to slow down for a moment and truly feel the atmosphere around you. Something is shifting, not just in the spiritual realm but within you. There is a calm intensity rising inside your spirit, almost like the quiet before a revelation. And that sensation is not accidental. It is Archangel Michael aligning you with the next layer of truth he has been preparing to reveal. You have already felt the warning in your spirit. You have sensed the heaviness, the tension, the strange interruptions in your peace. But now Michael wants you to understand what these feelings have truly been pointing toward. He has been clearing the fog around your spiritual senses because clarity is approaching. Not the kind of clarity that comes slowly, but the kind that arrives like a sudden burst of light in a darkened room. He whispers to you again, "Evil will strike and devils will strive with full measure." And now, this does not mean destruction is coming for you. It means exposure is coming for the forces that have been trying to influence your energy. It means the masks of deception that certain people or situations have been wearing are about to fall. It means hidden motives, hidden intentions, hidden energies, hidden lies, hidden emotional drains. These things will soon be revealed in a way that cannot be denied. For too long, you have felt a strange confusion around certain interactions. Someone's words didn't match their energy. Someone's presence felt heavier than it should. Someone gave off a subtle discomfort, even though they acted familiar or kind. Or perhaps life situations kept steering you toward unnecessary delays, unexplained frustrations, or emotional dips that did not reflect who you truly are. These were threads of influence that Michael has been tracking long before you even noticed them. Darkness rarely appears boldly in the lives of those protected by divine guardianship. Instead, it tries to slip in quietly, disguised as ordinary stress, minor chaos, or emotional turbulence. It hides in small moments. It hides through people who try to pull from your energy. It hides in spiritual distractions that weaken your focus. It hides in atmospheres that suddenly shift without explanation. But Archangel Michael does not allow hidden things to remain hidden forever, especially not when a chosen soul is involved. He has been observing, analyzing, and preparing to strike at the very root of what has been disturbing your spirit. But the key he now places in your hands is awareness. Protection without awareness can make you passive. Awareness with protection makes you powerful. And that is what he is awakening in you: spiritual power, spiritual alertness, and spiritual authority. Perhaps you have noticed that lately your intuition has become sharper. You can sense people's intentions faster. You can feel the atmosphere of a room the moment you walk in. You can tell when someone is draining your spirit even if they smile in your face. You can recognize emotional shifts in your own heart that don't feel like they belong to you. It's because Michael has been sharpening your inner sight, removing the dullness that once made you vulnerable to subtle attacks. And now he is preparing you for the moment where everything suddenly makes sense. You will not guess. You will not wonder. You will not be confused. You will know. The truth will meet you with such clarity that it will feel like a spiritual puzzle falling into place. Michael wants you to understand something crucial. You are not stepping into darkness. You are stepping into exposure. You are not walking into danger. You are walking into understanding. You are not being surrounded by enemies. You are being lifted above them. The forces that once tried to interfere with you are weakening. They can no longer control the atmosphere around you. They can no longer influence your emotions like before. They can no longer hide in the shadows without trembling. Because Michael is not only guarding you, he is dismantling what has been watching you. He is breaking spiritual assignments that were sent to distract you. He is cutting ties to energies that were draining your peace. He is silencing whispers meant to stir confusion. He is disrupting plans designed to derail your purpose. He is protecting you not just from what you can see, but from what you cannot. But now comes the beautiful part. Your spirit is rising. Your awareness is awakening. Your strength is returning. Your clarity is forming. Your path is opening. You are entering a spiritual moment where your eyes will finally see what your intuition has been warning you about. And when that revelation arrives, it will not scare you, it will empower you. It will bring peace, understanding, and direction. It will confirm that Michael has been shielding you from forces that hoped you would remain spiritually blind. They hoped you would ignore the divine nudges. They hoped you would remain distracted. But you didn't. You are here. You are listening. You are awakening. And that is why the enemy is losing grip. Now Michael prepares you for what comes next. He wants your spirit steady, your heart open, and your attention sharpened. You are being positioned to receive the revelation that will shift your entire understanding of what has been happening around you. Before you move forward, breathe deeply and let this truth settle. You are not slipping into darkness. You are stepping into discernment. And the next layer of this journey will take you even closer to the heart of what Michael has been trying to show you. Type "My spirit is awake" in the comments if this message resonates with you. Blessing code 818 is now activated over your path. My steadfast soul, as we step into this next unfolding, I want you to notice something within yourself. There is a growing steadiness that was not present before. A quiet strength. a rising inner awareness, a sense that your spirit is no longer wandering through fog, but beginning to recognize patterns, movements, energies, and atmospheres that once felt confusing or overwhelming. This quiet shift is not accidental. It is the direct work of Archangel Michael strengthening the foundations of your spiritual perception. In the last few moments, as you absorb the deeper warning Michael shared, you may have felt a subtle pressure on your mind or chest, almost like something was being lifted and something else was being placed inside you. That sensation is spiritual calibration. When Michael prepares someone for revelation, he first stabilizes the inner world. He calms the storms, steadies the heart, strengthens the intuitive centers, and awakens the dormant senses that were created to discern truth from illusion. This is why you are beginning to feel more alert, more aware, more present. You are not imagining this transformation. You are experiencing it. And it is happening because the next part of Michael's message requires a spirit that is not shaken by subtle energies, not fooled by emotional noise, and not clouded by the false impressions of others. For a long time, you have been absorbing emotions that did not belong to you, pain that came through others, anxiety that was projected onto you, fear that came through atmospheres you walked into, confusion that did not originate from your own mind. You are spiritually sensitive, and because of that sensitivity, certain forces saw an opportunity to influence your energy by surrounding you with emotional fog. But Michael has been clearing that fog, and each moment you continue listening to this message, the fog becomes thinner and thinner. You whisper something now that you must hear clearly. The enemy cannot strike what it cannot confuse, and it cannot confuse what has awakened. These words are not poetic, they are strategic. Darkness does not waste energy attacking the fully aware. It targets those who are distracted, discouraged, overwhelmed, or spiritually numb. But you are not in that state anymore. You are awakening, rising, strengthening. That alone already disrupts the enemy's attempts. And now Michael wants to reveal something deeper about why the strikes attempted against you felt so emotional in nature. The enemy did not attempt to break your body. It attempted to weaken your perception. Because perception shades reality. If it could make you doubt your instincts, ignore your intuition, or believe the lies others whispered, then it could distort the decisions you were meant to make. It was the plan. But the plan failed, and Michael is making sure it stays defeated. The emotional storms you have experienced recently were not flaws in your spirit. They were indicators. They were warnings. They were early signals that something in your atmosphere was shifting. But now you are reaching a place where those storms no longer shake you. They pass through you without entering you. You observe them without absorbing them. You feel them without being swallowed by them. This is spiritual maturity rising. Michael is also preparing you to recognize the difference between divine pressure and demonic interference. Divine pressure feels heavy, but it also feels purposeful, directing, guiding, pushing you towards something. Demonic interference feels chaotic, confusing, directionless, exhausting. Recently, you may have experienced moments where you couldn't tell which was which. But now, Michael is teaching your spirit to distinguish easily, instantly, confidently. You will soon know when something is from heaven and when it is not. You will know when a door is meant to open and when it is meant to stay shut. You will know when someone is meant to be in your life and when someone must be released. You will know when a situation is your battle and when it is not yours to carry. Clarity is forming, not slowly, rapidly, and the enemy can feel it. This is why the atmosphere may have felt slightly tense around you in recent days. Darkness senses when a chosen soul is waking up. It shakes. It retreats. It panics. because the moment you see clearly is the moment the enemy loses its grip forever. Michael stands near you now, sword drawn, wings expanded, guarding every direction of your life. He is ensuring that nothing interrupts what you are about to understand. And he wants you to take this into your spirit. What comes next is not a warning. It is a revelation. You are entering the phase where the truth that has been hidden will begin to show itself in small ways. Through people's words, through sudden clarity, through dreams, through intuition, through unexpected shifts in your surroundings. It will not overwhelm you. It will not frighten you. It will confirm you. It will strengthen you. It will liberate you. The revelation is coming gently, step by step, so your heart is steady and your spirit is prepared. You will not be caught off guard. You will not be confused. You will not be shaken. You will see clearly, and once you see, you will walk with a confidence the enemy cannot touch. Now take a deep breath, because the journey is about to intensify in the best way. The next layer Michael is preparing will open your eyes to something powerful, something you have needed to understand for a long time. Type "My eyes are opening" in the comments if this message resonates deeply. Blessing code 929 is now released over you. My illuminated soul, as we continue deeper into this divine unfolding, something sacred is happening within you. You may not see it with physical eyes, but your spirit feels it. There is a rising clarity inside your chest, a sharpening of intuition, a sense of inner strength that feels both ancient and newly awakened. This is the work of Archangel Michael as he aligns you with a truth that has been trying to break through the surface of your awareness. The next layer of this journey carries weight, purpose, and revelation, and your spirit is ready to receive it. You have been sensing something approaching. Not danger, but understanding. Not fear, but clarity. Not darkness growing, but darkness losing its power to hide. These sensations you have been feeling, those moments of quiet alertness, the sudden emotional shifts, the strange energetic pulls, they are indicators that Michael has been preparing your inner world to absorb what is coming. He never reveals truth to a spirit that is unsteady. He first creates stability. And that is exactly what he has been building inside you through every moment of this message. You may have noticed that recently your instincts have become louder. You notice more. You feel more. You can sense when something is off even before a situation unfolds. You recognize tension in atmospheres you used to ignore. You detect tension behind certain words. You feel when someone's spirit clashes subtly with your own. This is not sensitivity. It is spiritual intelligence rising within you. Michael has been sharpening your awareness like a blade, preparing you for the moment when everything suddenly becomes clear. And now he wants you to understand a truth that many spiritual seekers overlook. Clarity is a form of protection. Confusion creates vulnerability. Doubt creates openings. Emotional imbalance creates cracks. But when clarity rises, it seals the spirit. It strengthens the mind. It closes the doors darkness once slipped through. That is why the enemy has worked so hard to cloud your vision, because once you see the truth, every plan against you collapses. Hear this now. You are entering a realm of understanding where confusion cannot follow. This is why the emotional storms you once experienced so intensely now pass through you more softly. This is why the heaviness that used to overwhelm you now feels temporary, no longer consuming. Michael is reducing the enemy's influence over your inner world. He is forcing darkness into a corner where it can no longer use the subtle strategies it once depended on. For a long time, something has been trying to interfere with your spirit, not through obvious attacks, but through small emotional disruptions. These disruptions were like threads the enemy hoped would tie around your clarity. But Michael has been severing each thread one by one. Every time you felt drained for no reason, he intervened. Every time a wave of confusion tried to hit you, he blocked it. Every time someone's negative energy tried to pull you down, he lifted your spirit without you even realizing it. Now he is whispering this powerful message to you. What you have survived in silence, I have witnessed. What you have carried privately, I have guarded publicly. These words are meant to remind you that even in moments when you thought you were alone, your spirit was being shielded, your path was being watched, your energy was being protected. But here is where the revelation deepens. Michael is not only protecting you from external forces, he is preparing to reveal the internal awareness you need to stand strong in the days ahead. You have been sensing that something is not what it appears to be. You have been feeling that something around you is shifting, changing, evolving. And you have been waiting for confirmation. That confirmation is near. A truth that has been waiting in the shadows of your life is about to step forward. Not to frighten you, but to free you. This truth may come through a sudden realization. It may come through someone's unexpected behavior. It may come through a conversation where someone unintentionally reveals more than they intended. It may come through a dream that feels too real to ignore. Or it may come through a moment of spiritual clarity that pierces your awareness like lightning. Whatever form it takes, you will recognize it immediately. You will feel it in your chest. You will sense it in your spirit. You will know that this is the revelation Michael has been preparing you for. And when it comes, everything you have been sensing but could not explain will suddenly align. The confusion will break. The heaviness will lift. The emotional knots will dissolve. And your spirit will stand taller, stronger, freer. Michael wants you to enter this next phase with courage. Not the kind of courage that shouts, but the kind that stands still, unshaken, unbothered, fully aware of the divine shield around you. Because this next revelation will not weaken you. It will empower you. It will show you why you were chosen for this message, why the enemy targeted you, why your spirit is awakening right now. You are not moving into darkness. You are moving into exposure. You are not approaching chaos. You are approaching clarity. You are not stepping into confusion. You are stepping into divine understanding. Before you take the next step, let this truth settle deeply inside you. What once scared you will no longer scare you. What once confused you will no longer confuse you. What once drained you will no longer drain you. You are rising. And the revelation is rising with you. Type "My spirit is ready for clarity" in the comments if this message touches your inner knowing. Lesson code 404 is now unfolding over your life. My strengthened soul, as we enter this next sacred unfolding, feel the atmosphere around you grow still for a moment. There is a divine quietness resting over your spirit right now, almost like the pause before a great unveiling. This silence is not empty. It is charged, full, and heavy with revelation. You are standing at the threshold of understanding something that has been attempting to reach your awareness for a long time, and Archangel Michael is guiding you gently but powerfully into that moment. You may feel an unusual awareness around your shoulders or chest as you read these words. That sensation is a sign that your spirit is aligning with Michael's presence. He is stepping closer, not because danger is near, but because truth is near. When truth approaches, heaven draws in. When clarity rises, the guardian of light strengthens his stance. And now, in this hour, he speaks to your inner being with a voice that carries both tenderness and unshakable authority. He wants you to understand something profound. Everything you have been sensing recently has been part of a spiritual convergence. The strange tension you felt in certain rooms, the heaviness that settled without reason, the sudden agitation around certain people, the unexpected emotional shifts. These were not random waves. They were signals. They were indicators of a deeper movement happening around you. Michael has been tracking the energies, the intentions, the unseen influences that have been trying to weave themselves into your path. But just as they began to move closer, his sword of truth began to rise. He has been cutting through the illusions that once blurred your perception. The very fog that made you question your instincts is dissolving, layer by layer, because he is preparing you to see something that must no longer remain hidden. You are entering a phase of prophetic clarity where what was once settled will become obvious, where what was once confusing will become defined, where what was once concealed will stand exposed in the light of divine truth. And Michael wants you ready, not frightened, not overwhelmed, but awake. He whispers now, the next revelation will liberate you from what has been draining you silently. These words carry weight, because they speak not only to external forces but to internal battles. You have been carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. You have been absorbing emotions that originated from others. You have been influenced by energies that entered through conversations, environments, and spiritual openings you did not recognize at the time. But that chapter is ending. Michael is shifting you from spiritual vulnerability into spiritual mastery. He is training your senses to recognize truth instantly. He is sharpening your awareness so deeply that deception will crumble the moment it approaches you. You will no longer mistake negative energy for your own feelings. You will no longer take on battles that do not belong to your spirit. You will no longer be confused by the subtle influences that once clouded your perception. This is why the atmosphere around you has been changing. You are outgrowing the spiritual limits that once allowed darkness to approach you unnoticed. You are expanding, elevating, and rising. And with this rise comes the moment Michael has been preparing you for, the unveiling. There is someone or something in your recent path that has not shown its true intention. Not necessarily to harm you, but to drain you, distract you, or attach itself to your energy. Darkness often disguises itself as familiarity, as comfort, as someone who appears harmless or emotionally present. But Michael is about to pull back the curtain so you can see the truth clearly and respond with spiritual strength. This revelation will not frighten you. Instead, it will empower you. It will feel like a puzzle piece snapping perfectly into place. You will remember past moments that suddenly make sense. You will understand why your spirit felt uneasy, why something felt inconsistent, why your intuition kept trying to alert you. You will see what was hidden, and once seen, it will lose its influence completely. Michael stands firm beside you, wings unfolded, guarding every angle of your journey. He is creating a shield around your spirit so that when this truth steps forward, it cannot shake you. It cannot harm you. It cannot destabilize you. Instead, it will free you. This is not a moment of fear. This is a moment of spiritual elevation. You are not stepping into a battle. You are stepping into clarity. You are not entering darkness. You are entering truth. You are not being warned. You are being empowered. Before we continue, Michael wants you to anchor this message by spreading its light. Like, comment, share, hype this video, and subscribe, because someone else needs this divine warning, and your action may be the reason they receive it in time. Your engagement strengthens the spiritual ripple of this message. Type "I receive the revelation" in the comments if your spirit recognizes this unfolding truth. Blessing code 722 is now released over your path. As this revelation draws near, hear this with the eyes of your spirit. When you support this mission, You are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into a battlefield where souls are being awakened, protected, and restored. Every offering becomes a drop of holy oil that fuels the flame of truth, pushing back darkness in the lives of people who desperately need it. Scripture declares, "The harvest is plenty," and today you become part of that harvest by standing with the work heaven is doing here. I speak this over you with conviction. Your support becomes a prophetic strike against every force that tried to silence your growth. I feel led to say this directly. Your giving is not a donation. It is obedience to a divine nudge rising in your spirit. If Michael is stirring your heart, act now. Use super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and let your seed become a weapon of light in the spiritual awakening. My rising soul, as we move further into this sacred unfolding, take a moment to feel the depth of what has already shifted inside you. Your awareness is sharper. Your spirit is calmer. Your intuition is no longer whispering. It is speaking. All of this is happening because Archangel Michael has begun lifting you into a new level of spiritual clarity. What once felt distant is now becoming close. What once felt confusing is beginning to form into understanding. And what once hid in the shadows of your life is preparing to reveal itself. There is a reason you are here receiving this message in this very moment. Michael does not guide souls randomly. He guides those who are ready, those who have endured the storm, those who have survived the pressure, those who have kept faith alive even when they were surrounded by things they could not explain. You are one of those souls, and because of that, the revelation approaching you carries weight and divine precision. In recent days or weeks, you may have felt moments where something just didn't sit right. Not loud enough to alarm you, but not quiet enough to ignore. Someone's sudden change in tone. A shift in someone's behavior. A moment of tension that seemed out of place. A feeling of being watched spiritually. A heaviness that appeared suddenly and then lifted without cause. These were not random experiences. They were signs. They were the spiritual tremors that appear before truth reaches the surface. Michael has been watching the energies around you with a level of intensity that only a divine guardian can carry. He has seen what has been trying to attach itself to your spirit. He has tracked the intentions of those whose actions did not match their words. He has observed the shadows that attempted to slip into your path unnoticed. And now, because you are stronger, clearer, and more centered than before, he is preparing to reveal to you exactly what has been operating around you. You may wonder why the revelation did not come earlier, why it did not appear months ago, when the heaviness first began, why it waited until now, until this moment in time. The answer is simple. Revelation requires readiness. If truth comes too early, it can overwhelm. If clarity comes before stability, it can confuse. If exposure arrives before strength is formed, it can frighten. But none of those apply to you now. You are steady. You are grounded. You are spiritually mature enough to receive what is about to come. Michael whispers into your spirit, "You are ready to see what was once hidden." These words carry a sense of holy seriousness. Not fear, seriousness. Because the truth you are about to receive will not be ordinary. It will carry meaning. It will bring closure. It will correct perspective. It will cleanse your atmosphere. It will restore your peace. And most importantly, it will redirect your spiritual path in the right direction. There is something, or someone, whose true energy is about to be revealed to you. It may not be an enemy in the obvious sense. Sometimes it is someone who appears harmless but carries spiritual weight that drains you. Sometimes it is a situation that seemed neutral but has been quietly affecting your emotional or spiritual stability. Sometimes it is an atmosphere you stepped into without understanding the energy that lingered there. Whatever it is, Michael is preparing to uncover it. And when this revelation arrives, it will not feel chaotic. It will feel clarifying. It will feel like a breath of fresh air after being in a room with no windows. It will feel like an inner exhale your spirit has been waiting to release. You will realize that the confusion you carried was not a flaw, but a sign. Your intuition was not wrong. Your sensitivity was not a weakness. Your discomfort was not random. You were being spiritually notified that something was operating outside of alignment with your divine path. Michael wants you to understand this deeply. Nothing that is revealed to you is meant to break you. Truth is not a weapon against you. It is a weapon for you. Revelation is a form of protection. Exposure is an act of divine mercy. Clarity is heaven's way of saying, you will not walk blind. He has been sifting your surroundings, separating truth from illusion, separating genuine intentions from hidden motives, separating divine guidance from emotional noise. And now, that separation is reaching its final moment. You are stepping into the chapter where your spirit finally sees what your intuition hath been sensing. As this process unfolds, you may feel small shifts within yourself, a sudden release of tension, a moment of emotional clarity, a burst of intuition that feels stronger than usual, the ability to observe something without being emotionally pulled by it. These are signs that you are aligning with Archangel Michael's higher guidance. These are signs that your spiritual body is preparing for the revelation that has been waiting for divine timing. And when that moment arrives, your spirit will not bend. It will stand taller. You will not feel fear, you will feel relief. You will not feel lost, you will feel found. You will look back and realize that Michael has been guiding you through every step of this journey, strengthening you with every layer of understanding, and shielding you through every wave of spiritual movement. Before you move forward, let this truth settle deeply. You are not walking toward chaos. You are walking toward clarity. You are not stepping into confusion. You are stepping into divine understanding. You are not approaching darkness. You are approaching revelation. Type "I walk toward truth" in the comments if your spirit is aligned with this message. Blessing code 550 is now released into your atmosphere, strengthening your discernment for what is to come. My unwavering soul, as we step into this next sacred movement of your unfolding journey, I want you to feel the depth of what your spirit has already endured and what it is being shaped to carry. There is a profound stillness within you now, a deeper groundedness that was not present before. This stillness is not emptiness. It is readiness. It is the mark of someone whose inner world has been tempered through pressure, clarified through confusion, and strengthened through spiritual intervention. Archangel Michael has been guiding you deliberately, carefully, step by step, because what comes next requires a spirit that stands firm, a heart that listens, and an awareness that cannot be fooled. There is a divine intensity rising around your life, not the kind that brings fear, but the kind that brings revelation. You may have felt it in the background of your days, like a shift in the atmosphere, like the air around you becoming thicker, almost charged. This is the sign that truth is drawing near. Michael hath been preparing you not just to see it, but to interpret it, to discern it, to understand it for what it truly is. He never reveals truth to destroy you. He reveals truth to free you, to empower you, to reposition you into the alignment that the enemy attempted to distort. You may have noticed that certain people who used to feel close now feel distant. Certain conversations that once energized you now feel heavy. Certain places that once felt comfortable now feel spiritually tight. These sensations are not mood shifts. They are discernment rising. They are spiritual indicators that your inner radar has been sharpened so deeply that you can now detect what once slipped past you unnoticed. This is Michael lifting you into a higher awareness, because the truth approaching your life requires precision in your perception. For a while now, something in your environment has been out of alignment with your spirit. Not necessarily loud or dramatic, but subtle, draining, persistent. It may have come through a person who speaks softly but carries spiritual weight that conflicts with your energy. It may be a situation that outwardly appears stable but inwardly carries a spiritual undertone that has been quietly pulling at you. It may be an emotional strand connected to someone whose intentions do not match their actions. Or it may be a spiritual presence that attached itself through vulnerability, waiting for moments when your guard was lowered. Michael has been tracking this. He hath been watching it with a divine silence that carries both strategy and authority. He did not reveal it earlier because you were not yet strong enough to handle the truth without emotional disruption. But now, he has strengthened your discernment. He has grounded your energy. He has silenced the internal noise that once clouded your perception. And now, because your spirit is steadier, he is preparing to bring the truth into the open. He whispers to you again, "What is hidden cannot remain hidden in the presence of divine light." These words are not simply comforting, they are activating. Light is not passive. Light does not merely illuminate, it exposes. It reveals what stands behind shadows. It shows what pretended to look harmless. It uncovers what was disguised as coincidence, kindness, or connection. And when Michael brings light into your life, anything that carries impurity, deception, manipulation, or spiritual disturbance is forced into visibility. But here is what you must understand. The truth being revealed is not meant to break your trust. It is meant to redirect it. Truth does not bring confusion. It brings alignment. Truth does not bring fear. It brings liberation. Truth does not create distance. It creates clarity about who deserves closeness. Michael is preparing you to see something that your intuition has tried to alert you to for months. That feeling of something is off was not anxiety. It was spiritual awareness. Those moments when you felt drained after being around certain people were not emotional weakness. They were spiritual detection. The heaviness that appeared suddenly in your chest was not mood. It was your spirit reacting to an energy that did not belong in your field. And now, the pieces are coming together. You may begin to notice sudden flashes of understanding, quick intuitive hits that feel sharper than before. You may notice someone's behavior shift in a way that reveals their true nature. You may overhear something that changes your perspective. You may have a dream that feels too symbolic to ignore. You may receive a moment of inner clarity that instantly connects the missing dots. These are not coincidences. They are revelations unfolding. Michael is assuring you that when this truth appears, it will not overwhelm you. You will not spiral. You will not fall apart. You will not be shaken. Instead, you will feel confirmation. You will feel release. You will feel protection. You will feel the divine assurance that everything you sensed was real, and now you have the clarity you deserve. You will understand why certain moments felt heavy. You will understand why specific interactions drained you. You will understand why your spirit would not settle in certain environments. You will understand why Michael insisted you listen, trust, and stay alert. You will see the truth through spiritual eyes, not emotional vulnerability. And when you see it, it will change the way you move. It will change the way you choose. It will change the way you protect your energy. It will change the way you follow divine guidance. It will change the way you understand yourself. Before you continue, breathe in this truth. You are not weak. You are awakening. You are not confused. You are discerning. You are not being targeted. You are being prepared. The next revelation awaits you. Type "I am ready for what Michael shows me" in the comments if your spirit feels aligned. Blessing code 606 is being released to strengthen your inner sight. My advancing soul, as you step into this next movement of your awakening, the air around you is shifting again. You may feel it as a warmth in your chest, a subtle pressure behind your thoughts, or a quiet awareness moving through your spirit like a gentle current. This sensation is the sign that Archangel Michael is drawing you even closer to the truth he has been preparing you for. The unveiling that approaches is not small, and your spirit knows it. That is why you feel more alert, more sensitive, more aware than ever. You are not imagining this transformation. You are undergoing it. Michael has been guiding you through a process of spiritual elevation. Every part of this message has been intentional, timed, and delivered with divine precision. None of this has been random. You are meant to hear these words now, not last week, not last month, not last year. Why? Because your spirit is finally strong enough to receive the deeper revelation without being shaken by it. You have matured spiritually in ways you have not fully recognized. And now, that maturity is the key that unlocks the revelation ahead. You may have noticed that in recent days, your intuition has become almost immediate. You no longer need long moments to sense when something is wrong. You feel it instantly. You no longer struggle to identify emotional heaviness. You see its source quickly. You no longer lose yourself in confusion. You catch it before it has time to settle. This is the sharpening Michael has been doing within you. He has trained your inner senses so that truth, when it arrives, will not pass you by unnoticed. There is something, or someone, whose true nature is approaching exposure. Not in a dramatic, chaotic way, but in a quiet, undeniable, spiritually revealing way. Michael is preparing you because this unveiling carries importance and carries purpose. It carries divine timing. For a long time, a certain energy has existed near you, maybe in your daily environment, maybe in a relationship, maybe in a connection, maybe in a place you frequent. This energy has blended itself so subtly that you mistook it for normal inconvenience, normal emotional stress, or normal relational friction. But it was never normal. It was a spiritual interference cloaked in familiarity. Michael hath been tracking this interference with the precision of a heavenly warrior. Every time it attempted to draw near, he pushed it back. Every time it attempted to influence your emotions, he shielded your heart. Every time it tried to disrupt your clarity, he steadied your thoughts. But protection alone was not the goal. Understanding was. He did not want you to merely survive the interference. He wanted you to learn to recognize it. And now, you are stepping into that recognition. He speaks to your spirit. You must see with the eyes of truth, not the eyes of assumption. These words carry power because assumptions rely on the surface, but truth relies on the spirit. And Michael is calling you to look not with earthly perception, but with spiritual sight. When you view your life through spiritual sight, you begin to understand why certain situations drained you even when nothing seemed wrong. You begin to understand why certain interactions left you feeling unsettled even when the words spoken were gentle. You begin to understand why certain environments felt heavy even when they appeared peaceful. Spiritual sight reveals the energy beneath appearances, and Michael is drawing you into that ability. He is preparing you to see the unseen without fear, without doubt, without hesitation. The enemy thrives in hiding, but nothing can hide in the presence of divine light. You may begin to experience moments in the coming days where everything feels unusually clear. You may look at someone and sense their intention without them saying a word. You may walk into a room and immediately feel the truth of its atmosphere. You may recall past interactions and suddenly understand what your spirit was trying to warn you about. These moments are not random. They are the unveiling beginning to unfold. Michael wants you to embrace these moments, not question them. Do not dismiss your instincts. Do not silence your intuition. Do not second-guess the clarity that rises within you. Heaven is speaking to you through your awareness. Michael is guiding you through your perceptions, and the truth is forming right before your eyes. He wants you to know something powerful. The revelation approaching you is not meant to break your peace, but to restore it. You have carried confusion about certain things for too long. You have tolerated emotional drains without knowing their source. You have endured internal tension that had no clear explanation. These were spiritual symptoms. But the cause, the root, the origin of this disturbance is what Michael is bringing into the light. When it appears, you will not be shaken. You will not feel fear. You will not lose balance. Instead, you will feel a sudden stillness, a holy calm, a spiritual understanding that settles into your chest like truth finally finding its home. You will see a person, a situation, or an environment for what it truly is, not what it pretended to be, not what you wished it was, not what it tried to disguise itself as. And in that moment, you will feel power return to you. You will feel the authority of truth rise within you. You will feel the peace that comes when confusion finally dissolves. Michael has not brought you this far to leave you in the dark. He has brought you to this moment because the next step of your journey requires clarity, not assumption, discernment, not doubt, spiritual truth, not emotional noise. You are close now, very close. The unveiling is approaching, and your spirit is ready to see what it could not understand before. Type "I accept the unveiling" in the comments if your spirit feels aligned with this moment. Blessing code 414 is now being released, strengthening your discernment for the truth that is about to appear. My chosen and uplifted soul, you have reached the point in this journey where the air itself feels different around you. There is a deeper stillness resting over your spirit, a heightened awareness filling your inner space, and an unmistakable readiness settling into your heart. This readiness is not ordinary. It is the mark of someone who has walked through the steps of awakening guided by a divine presence. It is the sign of someone who has been prepared, layer by layer, moment by moment, by Archangel Michael himself. And now, you stand before the final unveiling of this message. Feel the atmosphere within you right now. It is steady. It is clear. It is receptive. You are not where you began. When this message first spoke to you, your spirit was stirring, sensing, reaching for something it could not yet name. But now, your spirit has grown stronger, more defined, more anchored. Your discernment has sharpened to a point where truth cannot slip past you anymore. This has been Michael's work, strengthening your spiritual muscles until your awareness became a tool of its own. And now he speaks with a clarity that cuts through every remaining shadow. You are ready to face what has been unseen. These words carry a sacred weight because they declare the transition you are stepping into. You are no longer a seeker wandering through confusion. You are no longer someone who doubts your intuition or questions your inner knowing. You are no longer a soul easily shaken by emotional turbulence. You have been trained, spiritually, intuitively, energetically, to perceive truth from a place of strength. The revelation approaching your life is not one that will destroy you. It is one that will define you. It will determine the next chapter of your journey. It will clarify the connections you keep and the ones you release. It will reveal the real intentions of someone, or something that has been occupying your spiritual field. This is not meant to create fear. It is meant to create freedom. For so long, you have carried subtle concerns without having language for them. You have felt inner alarms that you tried to quiet. You have sensed shifts that you brush aside. But you were not wrong. You were not imagining anything. You were not overthinking. You were spiritually perceiving. Michael has been whispering to your intuition again and again, giving you hints, nudges, signs, moments of uneasiness that were meant to prepare you for this moment of clarity. Now he wants you to know the truth that is coming into your life is not a threat. It is a gift. It is heaven pulling back the veil so that you no longer operate in uncertainty or guesswork. You will no longer question your instincts. You will no longer doubt your inner voice. You will no longer tolerate spiritual confusion. Truth brings order. Truth brings alignment. Truth brings power back into your hands. You may soon notice someone revealing their true nature without meaning to. Perhaps through a careless word. Perhaps through a shift in their behavior. Perhaps through a moment where their mask slips. Or maybe your clarity will come through a sudden realization, like a flash of understanding so sharp, so precise, that it feels like it was placed directly into your mind by heaven. Or it may come through a dream that wraps truth in symbolism, giving you the answers your intuition has been reaching for. However the unveiling appears, you will recognize it instantly. You will feel Michael's presence confirming it. You will sense your spirit aligning with it. You will understand why certain connections felt heavy. You will understand why certain interactions left you spiritually exhausted. You will understand why certain moments felt off even when everything seemed normal. The truth will connect every loose thread in your life. And when it comes, you will not react from fear, you will respond from wisdom. You will not panic, you will stand firm. You will not crumble. You will elevate. This revelation is not meant to weaken you, but to finalize your transition into spiritual authority. Michael stands fully present now, wings outstretched, guarding you with a power that has followed you through every step of this message. You are not entering a moment of danger. You are entering a moment of clarity that will realign your life with purpose, strength, and divine protection. You will walk differently after this. You will choose differently. You will trust differently. You will move forward with a confidence that darkness cannot interfere with. As we reach the end of this prophetic message, Michael leaves you with these words echoing through your spirit. Walk in truth, for truth is the shield I placed before you. This is your calling now, not to fear what is revealed, but to embrace the freedom that comes from knowing. Before you continue into the revelation already forming around you, take a moment to help amplify this message for others. Like this video, comment, share it, and subscribe, because someone else desperately needs the guidance and protection you have just received. You may be the reason another soul hears Michael's warning in time. Type "I walk in Michael's truth" in the comments if your spirit receives this final activation. Blessing code 999 has now been released over your path, sealing the clarity and protection poured into your life. As this revelation anchors itself in your spirit, hear this with the depth of your being. Your support becomes a river of light that flows into the lives of those who are standing where you once stood, in confusion, in uncertainty, in spiritual fog. When you sow into this mission, you help tear the veil from the eyes of others just as heaven has torn it for you. Scripture declares that those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed, and today that promise becomes living truth. I feel led to speak this directly. This is your moment to stand with Archangel Michael's work on this channel, to let your giving become a prophetic act of alignment. Your seed becomes oil, poured onto a fire that pushes darkness back in countless unseen battles. If your spirit feels the pull, respond now with obedience and faith. Use Super Thanks membership or the PayPal link in the description, and let your offering echo like a divine declaration. I stand with the light, and I help carry it forward.